The world of work has changed. 20 years ago, it was common for people to sit in a job and stay in a job and do that job for your whole life, but it calls for a different sort of style to learning these days. You pick up the basis of a career, then go into job, and then through continuing professional development, you then reach the level that you want to achieve. You don't become a doctor overnight. So I think it's important to take note of that and sort of really realise why it's so important that you're constantly developing.
It actually allows you to develop and broaden your knowledge base, your experience base, and actually applying different skills to your day-to-day work. So CPD is an absolute, sort of like a bedrock of our role, which it's vitally important for everybody's role.
What I want to do anyway, personally, is to keep progressing, and the only way to do that is to skill yourself up and to engage in continual professional development.
CPD would be important even if the world stood still, because you need to make sure that you keep your skill set and your knowledge base up to date. But of course, psychology is a very rapidly advancing discipline, not only in terms of the scientific understanding of what makes people happy and unhappy and what leads to problems, but also in terms of the therapeutic techniques and the interventions that people have. So if you weren't up to date with CPD, you'd lose track of the developments in your field.
In a way, I suppose CPD is important because it acknowledges the fact that you are able to do to fulfill your role, you're able to perform in your profession, but it also keeps you up to date with modern advances, it keeps you up to date with evidence-based practice and in a way best practice really. And I suppose it enables you to introduce new forms of treatments which you'd probably position on the treatments you already offer, but to update them and to ensure that the patients are getting the most evidence-based and the most up-to-date form of therapy you can give really. From a professional perspective, it's important to show that you are up to date within your professional domain and area of specialism and expertise, and then again it enables you to focus in a specific area. So being a specialist in global CPD and areas is important, but you also need to specialise in a particular area really. So it gives you access to that.
The kind of question is why is it important to anybody? Well, because we need to be evolving, things are changing. But for me, because I always want something new, exciting, something to think about, something to be engaged in. And every time I go, like these conferences, I'm meeting people, sometimes people I haven't met before, or meeting old colleagues and then research, because I'm working in so many different fields, I'm on my own most of the time. So these things are good for I'm not a great networker, but I say that, but actually I'm not doing too badly when I come here.